Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here to bring you a love and soul connection message for the sign of Leo or anyone who has Leo in your sign, or if you just felt drawn to this message. Thank you for stopping by. For all my subscribers, love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more of my content, please hit subscribe. Join this journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. Before I get into the cards, just know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you truly want to see. And this, what I want to say about that is, it doesn't necessarily mean you know the person or whatnot. It's actually going to happen. But if you don't put the steps forward, you can't expect it to come, right? Not saying there's not such thing as miracles, but my friends, we got to do the work, right? So just know that, again, it's up to you how you integrate this message, how you go about your day. And if I trigger you, I apologize. I do that sometimes, but take it as a moment of just kind of like, with your active free will, how can I use this empowered vulnerability, my emotional vulnerability that she just triggered? What did she trigger me by? What emotion was it brought up by? How can I use this and acknowledge it and bring awareness to it so that I can change things in a positive way in my day-to-day? Okay, so I'm going to take a moment just to call in spirit. I forgot my wand, but honestly I don't need it. So I'm going to bring in my beautiful smoky quartz I got for Christmas, and we're going to use this instead. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to guide, bless, and protect myself, as well as any of you guys who are watching. At this time, I'm going to also call in my team of light, any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us, as well as Archangel Metatron and Archangel Gabriel and Raphael. Archangel Raphael. They're like, hey, yo. So I think you got the whole team of light happening here. So I'm just going to ask them to guide, bless, and protect myself with this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the highest good of all of us. No second-rate messages here today, but for the most far-reaching, so that the most of you who need to hear this message, it gets to you. So I'm going to start off today with the Energy Oracle, and I'm going to pull 3 piles. I'm going to pull a pile for you or your energy, a pile for your love or soul connection energy, and then the space in between. Now keep in mind that this energy is fluid, really. This message is timeless. And I also heard the meaning, because what means something to one person could mean totally something to another person. So use your own judgment and your own intuition, and as well as your body and your chakras. You know, if I say something, where in your energy system or field did you feel that? Because what I heard is there may be a blockage there. So I also want to show you guys, this is a chunk of Apache tear. It's hard to see through the light, but this is also another really good one. For some of you, what I heard is it may be really important for you to ground. This, I also brought, this is Silver Sheen Obsidian, which is very protective as well. We also have Black Obsidian. I love this stone. I love the energy and the grounding, as well as the smoky quartz would be very grounding for you. And I think that I brought a lot of different stones in, as well as this is my son's pyrite. Very grounding as well. Yellow calcite, and I was very drawn with a lot of heart, a lot of throat. I want to show you, I can't remember the whole name of it, but as well, this peacock ore. Now in some spots it looks like an ugly rock, but if you get it in the right light, like, that's natural. That's not someone painting it, right? And I think that this is also just to remember how multifaceted you are, as well as how complex and diverse, what I heard is, the situation is as well. And as well as that we're not just looking at, we're looking at something that is actually whole and complete, even though it looks like somebody threw paint on it. And it's, you know, that's just the message I have for someone. Okay, so let's get into this reading and see what we get. So, right away on your side, we have indecision, fell out with Archangel Michael. Root chakra is a little bit off, my friends, which is going to be difficult to make a decision if we're not feeling rooted and we're not feeling really confident in who we are, because we're not trusting our judgment, I almost said trudging or judgment. So I should have grabbed the bottom of the deck. We will next time. So give me a little bit about the instability is what I heard, okay? Ooh. What I heard as well is bottom of my heart, cross my heart for some of you, which is funny because Archangel Michael, that's right down here. It's like this energy right down at your root chakra and your base. We have the Angel of Strength in the reverse, the Magician in the mirror, and you also have adjacent possibilities in the reverse. For some of you right away, as I heard, like you're not interested in anything else. For some of you, you either have left, I heard, a situation or are in the process of leaving a situation that has caused you a lot of strife, a lot of anxiety. I heard a lot of hardship. So I heard treasure lording. I don't know what that means. But like, there's adjacent possibilities in the reverse here, as well as a Magician in the mirror. Now what I love is this card, it's up in the upright. But I feel like there's something happening again where this strength and this root chakra, for some of you, you may not be feeling really strong right now. Some of you, I heard domestic violence, or there's something where you're experiencing danger or fear or something that you feel trapped in. I want to say that don't feel ashamed to reach out and ask for help, because we think that it's strong to keep these things to ourselves, because yeah, sure, we may feel a little like, why, I don't want to tell anybody that I experienced this or I've continued to do this. But this is also what keeps people stuck in cycles of violence and in relationships, and where we can, things are, I'm not to be fearful. And this is where you could have come out of, okay, in this indecision on how do I go, should I go, if you're experiencing this. It's because I feel like this being in the reverse, this safe, protected, loved, that's a root chakra. And something makes you feel not safe, not protected, and definitely not strong in this situation. And I don't know if it's financial constraints. I don't know. For someone, I heard motive and frequency. So if something's happening too, if someone is like, I heard lashing out, or if somebody, if somebody is, I heard frequently yelling at you, and there's a lot of hostility, a lot of rage. Like, first off, back the fuck up as much as you can. Leave them their space to deal with their shit. They're reminding me of me, okay, where I know that I could have avoided getting punched in the face a few times, okay? And in my probably drunken and just stubborn moment, there's that moment of, what should I do? And you don't need to engage in it. And it's funny that it's not funny. Here's the tears. I was going to say that I can tell you this without crying. The person, it's because, first off, I'm a feminist, my friends. And the personal is political. What affects me and my story, if I'm talking to you, I guess I'm going to share a little bit. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but I worked with the person who did this. I spent most of my time with them. I basically lived with them. Not in a country I lived in. Like, not my home country. And, after a lot of times, it was pretty toxic. Violent, right? And I'm mouthy. It's not my fault. Took a long time. For me to realize I didn't deserve that. it also taught me a lot about myself, about my triggers. This person was also very cunning. He was very cunning. He was definitely a narcissist. He gaslighting, right? Everything you think about the beginning being so wonderful, and then you stay even though when it gets bad, because there was this glimmer of hope. But this also is, how could I have gotten rid of it? I could have spoke up. Getting more personal, my face was pretty colorful for a while, and nobody asked me what happened. I'm pretty sure the ones who I loved knew. But this is why it's important to speak up. I did tell people at the time it happened, but he was quick to come off with an apology, quick to, I'm sorry, let me go out to dinner, and then it didn't happen for a long time. But it could have, and it did escalate, and I truly felt at times that I think he could have killed me. The best thing that ever happened was that ending. And at first it didn't feel like my choice. But I'm still healing from that. And I know that if you resonated and you're still watching, if there's an indecision because you're wondering, do you have the power? Yes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to read adjacent possibilities. And if you're going through this, much love to you. Know that you're strong. You're stronger than you think you are. And it's going to mean, too, that once you do get out of the situation, or once you make this decision, you need to go no contact. You need to cut this person out of your life. For some of you, I heard court order, restraining order. For some of you, you may have children with them. But the thing is, you can arrange public drop-offs. You can arrange however it needs to work for you, that they don't have to see you or have access to you. So we're going to do 2 on your side, and I will move over. I'm hoping, that this is a brand new love, because you, my friend, are a warrior, and your truth prevails. I do get a strong, people can make it so that, who's going to believe you anyway, right? Or these ways of making you feel like you did something. This passive-aggressive, coercive control is also what I heard. So I want to read you part of Upright with adjacent possibilities first. It says, sometimes the force of habit keeps you stuck and unaware of potentially healthier and happier choices at hand. Yet every moment gives you the option to open a different door and to take a different course, whether it's in your thoughts, behaviors, or major life decisions. So unlike the indecision card, which is what we have, so this is obviously why I'm reading this, which indicates confusion or vacillation about which course to take, the adjacent possibilities card is here to tell you that you have many options, and it's time to take a wider look at things. As you consider the many life choices available to you, you'll feel more and more empowered and motivated to make the decisions that bring happiness, strength, and forward motion. In terms of your goals, this card could indicate unknown or previously unconsidered ideas. Perhaps there's a marketing tool you haven't thought of, a connection you haven't tapped, or even an entirely different direction that would be more suited to you. Be conscious, be aware, and be flexible and willing to take new and different action now. So when it's in the reverse, the adjacent possibilities card is a warning to be careful not to miss an unknown opportunity because you're too married to your agenda. This could go to that motives thing. It's also asking you to turn inward with a willingness to shake up your own unhealthy patterns and inner habits. The power of your life force moves through your deeply held habits, projecting your energy out into the universe and calling back your results. In this way, your ongoing thoughts and beliefs are really your defining moments, and in every next moment, you have another energetic choice. So it's time to decide. Are you fine? Or are you going to step into the ever-present adjacent possibility of optimism, trust, and self-love? No matter how stuck you feel, you always have options in the thoughts of choices you make every day. So the affirmation here, and we're going to say it 3 times, my friends. If you want to take your shoes off, spread your toes apart, imagine them digging into the earth, a warm summer earth with moss softness. Take a deep breath in and imagine that smell of that beautiful cedar and that moss, that air. Springtime, a little bit of dirt. It's coming. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in love and light and joy, and breathe out with your mouth anything that is inauthentic to your being. We're going to ask that to be transmuted with love and light. Do this 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose, bringing in what I heard is energetic chaos, but this may be really causing a disruption because something's going to have to happen. If you're in the position that I was explaining, something's going to have to happen to shake it up. If you don't listen to your intuition, if you don't follow your gut, because you don't want to feel unsafe all the time. If you feel unsafe, or if you feel unbalanced, if this is anxiety, or if there's depression, or if there's a root chakra imbalance, this is where we really need to know where, when it comes to indecision, you have the knowledge within you. Rest your mind. Some of you may want to meditate or do what I'm doing. So let's take that second deep breath in. Feel the sunshine and love. And breathe out the darkness and the hate and control. Breathe in love, light, sunshine, warmth, protection, and see yourself glow. Hold this in and hold it at your heart and say, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. You are. I am open and willing to take my life in new directions. I am becoming more aware of my many options for harmony and optimism in my thoughts and in all my choices each day. I am open and willing to take my life in new directions. I am becoming more aware of my many options for harmony and optimism in my thought and my choices each day. And the third time's the charm, my friends. I am open and willing to take my life in new directions. I am becoming more aware of my many options for harmony and optimism in my thoughts and in all my choices each day. So be it. Amen, my beautiful friends. So, on with that, I'm going to move on. Oh, they show me this self thing, the 3rd Archangel Michael, but your solar plexus, which is the breathing in the sunshine in the reverse here. It's because you breathe in that sunshine, my friend. Get your vitamin D. So your soul connection side is that healer of ages. This is Jesus with patience in the reverse. Somebody learning the lessons of time, learning some patience. I also heard healing their self-worth. And what this to me is, there's a lot of cosmic rays coming through that, with that angel, with that patience. There's strength and mountains in the background that, there's fire energy here as well. But that somebody is a very, very powerful being. I heard Reiki energy as well. For some of you, like a soul connection can be a friend, a teacher. You may even be connecting with a soul teacher. You may be connecting with somebody who's going to help you heal. what it was saying about the personal is political. That's the 1960s feminist movement, my friends, but it really is true. That's how they discovered, like, I say not her, maybe Gloria Steinem, but also like the whole idea that, white housewomen, I don't want to say that, but housewives, they're all like, finally they're not happy because they're talking amongst each other. Now, I do need to say that there's so many different parts of the movement, and that is just one. So oftentimes we think about something in such a small way, and it really leaves out so many different experiences of women around the world. But that is one small section of the world, because if you think about, if any of you guys have seen The Help, and I don't remember if it is Bell Hooks or who, and I feel really bad, but check these people out, because I remember them, I just can't remember. It's been like forever ever. But talking about, like, ain't I a woman, right? Don't I have rights? Don't I get to be a parent? Like, the things that, Southern, especially women of color, they had to work. They weren't given that luxury of being able to stay home, where the white women throughout the revolution were, bored of being home and wanting purpose, and it really driven, that things weren't right, and creating change. And it was a really, really powerful time. And I mean, thank you to them every single day. However, here's where voices need to be heard, and there's always different possibilities. We can't block out the sounds. So for some of you, whoever you're dealing with, that whole idea, that's grassroots evolution, for me, is the personal as political, came about by grassroots evolution. Women getting together and talking. I'm going to get emotional. Sorry, but not sorry. You have the power at the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet. Remember? Only you can do that. This is your action. This is your active free will. You have the power. Don't forget that, okay? So someone's definitely a healer coming into your life, very wise wisdom, and there is some definitely cosmic rays and energy that's coming. The temple path here is very important. What I heard is it's the path of love and light, but it is for the brave. In between happy life, or family, happy family, and anxiety, this person could have, or could currently suffer from some anxiety or depression. I definitely feel like they're a very enlightened individual, very self-aware, very conscious, and there's spirit around them. For some of them, they are very connected to Ascended Master Jesus. I also heard Archangel Michael. Deceit in the reverse here. Tell me a bit more about that. I heard, like, what has happened will come to light, because you have the thinking man and thinking woman, both in reverse, and I feel like envy in there. Someone, what I heard, we have the yin yang. Someone may have tried to self-sabotage the connection. Someone could have sabotaged. There could be jealousy here. There is, if there's been a separation with the person and you're kind of being at this point, like, do I bring them back into my world because of all these things? Fucking no, run, okay? Sorry, but that's my opinion. But I think this is a new person. This is somebody who enters into your life where they have a healing presence. I'm going to pull tarot because there's balance here. Second, Archangel Ariel with the second chakra, sacral chakra. Storm warning. For some of you, oh my gosh, there's like tsunamis and volcanoes. So all my love and prayers to those people. If you guys are affected, that is scary and horrifying. So somebody, I think, with these thinking, there is, what I heard is, could be somebody manipulating, okay? tell me the space between first, and I want to get tarot on that. But like, it almost looks like this way I see these things is the thinking man, the thinking woman, they're in reverse. Like, either somebody isn't thinking clearly, they're not being given the right information, or they're overthinking something, or they're blocking thoughts. But there's envy and there's deceit in reverse. What's been done's got to come clean. There's jealousy. Well, when people people can do a lot of crazy things with jealousy when they're angry. And you know, this storm warning here, I feel like this yin and yang coming together, this is first off being grounded and connected, being very, very powerful in your being. And some people will maybe find you or this person, but I think that this energy, it's like there's been some self-sabotage, or there's been something, okay? Or somebody's tried, or this is what they're healing in you. How it resonates, I'm not sure. It's kind of light and dark, but the fact you get... It may be as well forgiveness. This person's like, please forgive me, but I'm on the temple path, and you're like, oh, I don't think so. Do what feels right for you. And with the storm warning, you have the world in reverse, because until you let the rains and the waters and nature take its course, so to speak, and until this, whatever this is done, after the storm comes the rains, after the storm comes the rains, but rebirth and change. And resilience, as well as what I heard. So you have cornucopia at the bottom, door to romance in the reverse. And I think, to me, what Spirit is saying more on that is that there may be someone in your life where they may be encouraging you a lot right now just to focus more on you, not so much on romance, because at this point, after going through something, if you resonate with my story and the situation, after going through something like that, you don't want to jump into something, because you need an cleanse, an energetic cleanse, as well as what I heard. So you have the Lovers here, and this is on the envy, deceit, the Lovers, and the Two of Wands, dominion, the Nine of Swords in reverse. I don't normally say this because it's not something I would normally say, but I do believe in what I heard strongly enough I need to say it, is that there's a party. So when it was weird, because when I pulled this thinking man, this thinking woman, envy, deceit, it's like, that doesn't feel like this healer. But it could even be like that, whatever you're dealing with, or take it how it resonates, because it's third energy. It doesn't, I don't understand it, because it's not it's the different energy that I meant to pull, right? It's the way it feels to me. I almost feel like with this, there's you choosing happiness, and somebody could be trying to sabotage this, but there was somebody I heard is doing spell work. Like, I don't, this could be this energy that's jealous, and for someone that could be literally, trying to do spells and jars and things. For some of you, it could just be someone is so freaking pissed at you, right? I don't know if you got what you got, or if it's this person you're thinking you're gonna walk away from. If somebody's mad and jealous and lies to you all the time and sees that you could be happy, and is going to try and sabotage that for you, or even sabotage your healing. For what some of you, I heard you may live with this person, and that's where it's like, yeah, but we got to get out of this. This shit has to go. If we're feeling mentally unstable and our world is topsy-turvy, what do we want? We want balance. We want abundance. And you know what I say? Let that shit rain. Let the emotions feed. If you're getting upset, really understand that. I'm not saying go with rage and meet and match energies here. This is get yourself to safety, my friends. That shit's gonna hurt you. That storm. I don't know if any of you guys play Fortnite. guilty. Just before I work out, I like to like hit play, because I get like 2 games in before my Energize kicks in, and then time to go play, and it's just something I can sit there. And today I stood up. It's like, all right, let's stand up and do some stretches while we play. But when the lightning starts coming, there's a tornado in it now, and when the lightning starts coming, it really does damage. It sets it on fire. So this is where, if there's powerful fucking emotions, don't let it set you on fire. Get yourself and get your ass to safety, my friends, and kind of look at the aftermath afterwards. That if this third energy, this person that's deceiving and conniving and trying to manipulate, or trying to point fingers everywhere else, but really to acknowledge their own doings and trying to stop you from something or healing. It could be E2, that every time you pick yourself up from something, they fucking throw something else at you. And I'm telling you, if you resonated with, my story, that person manipulated me and then told me what he did and how he was able to do it. And he was so proud of himself. So proud. If you have someone like that in your world, listen to them, learn from it, and use that as a never again. As much as that situation, broke the shit out of me, it built me. It built me stronger. I was already me, but, it built me, in different ways. I went through, I think, my first not my first, but another spiritual awakening after that. And I was like 20-some years old, so I came home, and I'll call my spiritual awakening sitting outside of my porch in the country, smoking doobs and looking at the sky after work, But I truly feel like the peace and the realizations that came to me, it was very helpful. And at the time, I think that I used it more to definitely relax. I couldn't sleep, and I had insomnia. And I'd had insomnia, this bullshit, for years, okay? All through my childhood. I think if you guys are extra spiritual too, or anything like that, this is something too where if we're not setting boundaries, because we clearly didn't. We did not allow boundaries. We allowed love or whatnot to destroy us or get us to a point where this is happening. Because I was pretty confident before then. Like, there's still things like my hubby and I were talking about, like, I think my weight, because he would do things like after, we'd been together, he'd use, like, he's not attracted to me, that I was too fat to marry, these really hurtful things. And it's stuff that had never bothered me before. I was still the same size I'd been, and, it really, really took a while to get rid of that, because it touched on a lot of insecurity. So yes, while I wasn't something I let hold me back, it's not like I really liked it. I had a tummy since I was, there's a picture of me in grade 8. The first time, man, I thought I had a tummy. Man, I'd like to be there, but I was 180 pounds still in like grade 8. I had boobs, hips, and I shouldn't be eating wheat. Plus, I know I ate crackers every night and crap that was bad. I did not have fun in school. I definitely emotionally ate. And it's like, there's a lot of healing, even in being able to say that, because when I catch myself doing it now, I'm like, why are you doing that? And sometimes I don't even know what it is. It might just be boredom. Okay, so if you're starting to do that, don't allow what this person did or is doing to let you gain 20 pounds, okay? Don't do it. Work on it. So I think that there's a decision coming here that whoever, I heard it was weird. Something was talking in my ear a little bit, almost yelling. 10 of Swords. Definite endings and completions. I feel like with the star and the healing, the manipulation that's happened in the past, like this person, even if they do try to get in between or cause storms, you're going to be strong enough to be like, I don't really care what you're saying. You can gaslight me, whatnot. You can tell me that what you just said you didn't really say, and that I'm friggin' crazy, whatever. That person to me also was an atheist. So he told me that I was stupid and that ghosts were not real, that spirit was not real, and basically laughed at me. And, you know, it took a lot for me to, like, honestly, even on an energetic level, walk away. Even after all of the horribleness, there was this friendship, which obviously to me I realized was a trauma bond. You know, and again, I told him I was going to open up this channel, I was going to do this channel, and I got fucking stupid, and I was like, fuck you, right? And I haven't spoke to him since. It took a lot. I want to tell you this because it may be important. I burned books. I didn't have a lot left of his stuff, but I felt like on an energetic level, I needed to get rid of it. So these books were something that meant something to him, and he was so pompous, and he was so important, and I am so wonderful, that I started my wood stove, and I ripped those books up page by page, and I untagged Facebook before I blocked. I didn't announce. I just, because the unhealed me would have been like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But it was like, no. Something he would say to me, I don't owe you an explanation. And I was like, I don't owe you an explanation. He's tried reaching out repeatedly. And honestly, the last attempt, he's blocked on my emails now too. If he finds me, we can block that too. But where I was going with that is that they were getting more like hostile in this pretend being nice because I'm not answering him. And then Corona, like, just be really strong when you go no contact. And it doesn't mean that sometimes I didn't catch myself missing my friendship, because that's what kept friendship after all of the things that had happened. And after I realized, well, that's not loving myself to keep this person around. He's holding me back, and I'm ready to move forward, you know, and cut these ties, bitches. Let it rain, let it storm, whatever the fuck this lightning needs to burn down, let it. You'll be happy it did, because what I heard is flooding's not good. No. But after the fire, things are reborn. But get yourself to safety and get the fuck out of the way is what I heard. Because when you do this, when you do take your power back, your narcissist arswipe that is trying to block the new relationship is... I had to check the time. Is not going to like it. Okay, so you have the High Priestess in the reverse. Not following our intuition. Ace of Pentacles, what I heard, is very money driven right now as well. Trying to hold back fear as well. This could be your energy. And we have the Three of Swords and the Heartbreak energy. So this could be... This is their energy, but this could be yours too. This part, it could all flip-flop, because by the time I get here, I feel like they're all flip-flopping. You have lost the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody has, if you've walked away already, they're not, like, right? They're not going to make it easy for you. Again, I heard restraining order. If you need to, man, don't hold yourself back, because there's some crazy mofos in the world who, you know, take care of you, baby. So with this... this could be, you know, this energy, they're focusing on money, they're focusing on things. I'm trying to move this, still feels like the energy of the shit tide between you, but this is your energy of needing to focus on the pentacles. Focus on the material to get yourself in a more stable situation. But I do feel like with this is a choice in love. And this is two choices on how do we move forward with the Two of Wands, the Lovers. This could be Gemini, but it's how do we move forward? We put all the past to the rest. We say, you know what? Don't feel bad that this happened with this healer. Say, I'm going to learn so many lessons about self-love and self-worth, and take care of yourself. This next love of your life needs to be you before it can be someone else. So write down a list of things that are important to you, priorities, even on a day-to-day. Figure out your mornings? What would you like to do? And try and work some stuff in. Don't start off huge. Start off small. You know, like I'm gonna get up and have lunch, okay? And then, or breakfast. Make sure that you eat breakfast. Get a glass of water. And what I heard is, even if you need to mark down how many waters you're having, just do that. You know, for some of you, even tracking what you eat, if weight loss, because I'm hearing too, like, you may have resonated with that, my story, you know, and it's not about them, it's making yourself feel better. And even if it is just like, if you forget to eat or anything like that, you're tracking it. If you're overeating or using it as an emotional tool, you're seeing this as well, because you're being accountable to yourself. You can choose not to put it there, but you know that's not true. So let's find out here. Somebody not using their intuition, not ready to let it burn down, and really heartbroken. I definitely feel like what I heard is, okay, and there's the Queen of Wands, who can be very manipulative with this burn all around. She's fucking there like, what you gonna do? I got this. I feel like this energy, it's in between again. It is this pissed offness. It could be somebody, like I heard ex-girlfriend, it could be your, like an ex, it could be a friend, it could be just somebody jealous of the connection that you and this new person, or, you know, this teacher, or jealous that you are moving on because you're healing. So they're no longer able to pull at your triggers anymore because that person's no longer here, all right? Because you know what happened to them? I healed and she left. For some of you, what I heard is butter. Okay, so I have to explain this to you. But for some of you, what I heard, you have the moon here. Okay, so this is your intuition. This is Cancer. There's a long road ahead, but your path is illuminated, my friends. What is hidden from you will come to light, and you may not have known whatever this sneaky motherfucker's been doing, but you're gonna find out. And I do feel like when you do find out, you're gonna block their ass. All right. So there's more to that though, and I lost it. I was excited to tell you guys too. So, tell me a little bit about this moon, please. It is the Judgment in reverse because there's truth that still needs to be told. You have the Knight of Cups here, and you have abundance. And first, I think that this is, you know, this person who, this healer, could be teacher. There's a lot of love for you. And I do believe they want to walk with you towards self-love, walk away from self-destruction, which I feel like I always used to have this idea of better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Well, that sets you up to think that everything's going to suck. And you know what? This world is full of sunshine. That's why we breathed it in. This is why I had to wear orange today. This world is full of sunshine. And I know orange is yellow, but it's yellow, sun's yellow, but fill yourself up with joy. So if you know what, making yourself happy is what you need to do, exercise, it really does help. Put your favorite song on for 3 minutes, dance. If you're tired after that, take a break, put another one on a little bit. If you have Just Dance, do a few of those, get your butt out for a walk. You know, if it's like you force your ass to do it, if you put down these priorities and you say, I need to do this, you need to do it, okay? So, for example, I am trying, and I was lazy, and I'm not going to say lazy because I was productive, but I haven't worked out in over a week, and for me, I know, I feel better when I do it. But then you get in that self-sabotage of, I don't feel, I'm tired, I'm not sleeping. But if I had done it, I would have slept so much better the next night. So I have a kitten that will not leave my friggin' birds alone. So I'm going to have to start covering them at night because I'm getting woken up to squawks. And it's the kitten. I have a little kitten and she's so playful at nighttime. So anyway, there's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of love. And whoever this is, they're going to help you walk down this temple path. They definitely could be a very strong spiritual connection for you. So, let's find the temple path. Number 12. It says, I open my heart to spiritual truth and a deeper connection with spirit. Guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. I do feel as well like this person may trigger you a lot, may trigger a lot of healing in you as well. You may not also have met the person that's coming to you. The Lovers came out as well, and I've heard Twin Flame a few times. That's not going to be for everybody, but I feel like for some of you guys, it is definitely not the person who hurt you. It's the person who's going to help heal you. And I think they're going to help heal you by allowing you to help you open up to love and trust again. So, let's find Temple Path. Receiving this card represents your own spiritual evolution. The winding path you are on leads to a blessed temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has had in mind in this lifetime. This card upright is here to tell you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's process. You are on a karmic path and heading in the right direction, and the choices you make now are important for your personal growth and life lessons. The lights around the temple represent the spirit world, your family members, and the friends, angels, and guides, all the loving spirit helpers who long to assist you. Call upon them and be open to their wisdom and inspiration. This is a wonderful life expanding time, so keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. Following your highest intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways, and connecting with spirit and your higher self will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. So don't allow the past, don't allow this storm to continue. It has to run out, right? I'm hearing Gary Allan, Every Storm Runs Out of Rain. I think that's the song. Alright, so I'm going to move on. The bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. I don't feel anything with it, so I'm just going to move on to, there's 6, the reunion there too, the 6 of Cups. So for some of you, definitely it's in the reverse, but I think it's just a timing thing, right? You need to do you first, honey, before you can move on into partnership. So with you, you deserve love. You are lovable. Absolutely. You are kind. Pay attention to the red flags, right? Their signs are cautioning you. If you know that you are making whatever this decision is, whatever your gut feels. So one thing you can do is you have 2 options. Place your intention that this is option 1, this is option 2. Pick 2 things. Put them down and see how your stomach feels, your belly, your solar plexus. Because if we're not listening, solar plexus came out in the reverse too. If we're not listening to that, that's our gut instinct. And it's usually right? So when you feel this, if your belly's really tight, probably not the right answer because your gut's going against itself. If it feels loose and it feels calm and it's warm, that's your answer, my friends. So I'm going to move on to the love and soul connection over here, this healer, this agent of healing, and you have trust. They're definitely going to trust. And there's things down here. What I heard is, again, this is that energy of the hidden. You may not see everything, but you have to trust. Now, I heard blind trust as well, but that's not going to happen, right? You're not going to blindly trust somebody. They're going to have to work up to that, I feel like, or they're going to have to, but you also need to heal so that you know that not everyone is going to be like this heinous individual that you've dealt with in the past. Calling in your soulmate. They have your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, for sure. New love in the reverse, because again, there's a delay in whatever this is. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Again, this may not be a new person, but it may be a new love. Like it could be, somebody new from high school. Could be, a friend that you've reconnected with. It could be somebody, for sure, somebody new. But it could also be that this is just a new form of relationship with the person. So it's almost time for me to get my kids at school. So I have healing family issues is very important. If there is kids with this, it is important for you to not waste your time to go to court. is what I heard as well. Like, make those first steps in custody and drop-off arrangements. Make sure that if things have happened, you know, protection of you and your loved ones is important. So make sure that, you know, whatever is truthful with allegations as well. So you have religious factors here. Your love life is influenced by your religious and spiritual upbringing or path. This is also important, I feel like, because that brings more and more to this idea of the twins, of this more idea of this. Some of you too, you may be very different. Some of you, like, for sure, my past was definitely different because I was so open before, but it was just, I blocked my spirituality for a really long time. And then when I finally opened up to spirit again, it was like all of these layers and things needed to be shed off, and all the untruths that somehow I allowed myself to believe. So I really do think, and I'm so excited because happiness is coming for you. And I just heard, like, maintain hope, passion as well. In the meantime, follow your passions. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy, that brings fire to your world, and it's allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So I'm going to end with one message as advice between you and this new love or this soulmate is Sensual Awakening. This is also that sacral chakra, awakening to pleasure. This is touch, this is smell, this is hugs, could be a lot of different things. This could be walks, this could be definitely joyful kisses, is what I heard, a passion. But this is also a melding of energy. So it's very important as well for you. For some of you, what I heard is Kundalini is awakening, and gentle practice as well is what I heard. For some of you, it may be just really important that if you have past trauma, again, this person's going to help you, but you may need to explain it, especially if there's been sexual trauma involved. Like, look, this happened and I'm working through it, but sometimes I get a major reaction or a trigger because, you know, it happens, right? So the bottom we have is 3 to 1, and this is important because this is that 3 to 1 energy. There's a third energy created. Now, it's not the third energy that's showing up trying to get between you, because that's literally how it showed up on my table, was your energy, their energy, and this third energy that was just conniving, right? Trying to keep you two apart. So this 3 to 1, if you see here, there is love. There's tidal waves as well, but there's safety here, that you can explain the emotions as well as these rings of time. This is the 2 become 1. One thing I heard as well, some of you may end up conceiving a child or making a baby. So just know that if that's not the desired thing at this time, take precautions. Fire and ice is here, is in the reverse, but this is also much like this one to me, as this is managing your passions without letting it burn the house down, my friends, but exploring your sexuality and your sensuality and what brings you joy and playfulness in a safe way, and knowing that you're absolutely worthy and deserving of this. So that's the message I have. This was quite a lengthy video. Thanks for letting me bare my soul to you. If it resonated with you and you want to let me know, I'd love to hear from you. But much power to you, healing and strength. And remember, trust your gut on this one, my friend, with whatever decision it is. And don't feel bad about cutting out this person that's trying to get in the way. They're definitely overstepping their boundaries. So I love you all. Safety and pleasure and joy. Bye, guys.